So as kids, we would still ask, how do we feel? Like, cause you know what I mean. We was gonna have to have doctors or nurses was gonna be coming in and out. Like, how do we feel? Still, we all was okay with it. Like, we just wanted her home. Like, regardless of how she came home, she's been in the hospital since she was born. So we didn't care how she came home. We just wanted her home.
Gotcha, gotcha. So let me ask you something. At 15 and down, and the stuff that you were going through, because you know, even though your grandmama gave you this blessed and highly favored situation, you still got some trauma. Did you get any counseling or anything dealing with your trauma? And I know you probably had a little bit of anger management. Was that treated in the school, or did they get you any kind of nothing? You just kept all that to
No,
yourself?
see, even though all of this happened, I still never had anger problems. It literally took a whole lot. Like, you messed with my grandmother, like, so it took a real lot for me to get angry, and I still really didn't get angry. Most of my anger I used as a self destruction. So I was suicidal. I've tried to cut my throat.
Mhm.
I slit my wrist. Like, so most of my stuff, I've never directed it towards other people.
You
I've
want to be
always kept it in until
self-inflicted.
I couldn't take it no more, and then I would self explode on my own self.
Which is the reason why I asked you about any type of counseling, because regardless of you not understanding there's trauma, but there is real bad trauma there, and it don't happen and you don't see it till something triggers you. You
Right.
get what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
won't know that you got, if everything happy is happy, right? And that's the
Hmm.
emotion that you lock in, you push everything out because you don't want to have to relive those moments. You see what I'm saying? And we black shit out.
Yeah. Most
We all
definitely.
we're human. Stuff that happened in our past that's very traumatizing. Says we black it out like it never existed.
And that's a for sure thing. And I feel like I did that a lot. Cause after my sister passed in '98, my grandmother had her first heart attack. So the thought of living in this world without her was like a trauma. Like, I just couldn't even imagine. Like, I knew no one in this world would ever take care of me like she took care of me. Like, I've been seeing how people live, how people treat their kids, like all that type of stuff. Like, I was not accustomed to at the age of 8. So it's like she started getting sick, she started going to the hospital, having all these medical problems. So it's like it's now at this point in my head, I'm like, I gotta beat her to the punch. So that was the first time I tried to commit suicide. Because at this point, I'm like, she cannot die and leave me here, so I might as well go ahead and kill myself, and beat her to the punch, and then that's how we gonna go from there in life. Because I couldn't
Right.
imagine, like, it just was. Like I said, I've always been the black sheep of the family. Like, when it came to school, I was always bullied in school because I was always the best dressed kid. I was always the cute one. So I've always been bullied. So it's just been like, I know how harsh the world was at the age of 8, even though I didn't have to live it. But when I went outside my household, I had to experience it.
Right.
So the thought to have to deal with that without her in this world, knowing I have a safe place to go after having to deal with this crazy world, no, I couldn't even imagine the thought of it at all.
So with the mama situation and how she wasn't there, and the kids and the bullying and the abuse of the children, how did it kind of send you that way when you could just always go to grandma instead of wanting to take your life? Even at grandma's side, you could talk to her and say, Grandma, this is what's going on. Don't leave me. You know, sometimes, prayers and all that stuff, God works with you, a powerful God.
And he most definitely did, because he knew what I could and could not deal with. Because when she had her first heart attack, they put her, she was on life support and all of that. Like, they was like, well, y'all might as well come say y'all goodbyes. Like, and I
Oh,
went there and I let her know, like, hey, like, you cannot do this to me. But
right.
when we got home that night, they was like, they was only giving her a couple hours to live. So once we got done saying our goodbyes, we went home. I couldn't. It was time to go. Like, I just knew. Like, I was like, I prayed. I asked him. I was like, hey, if you gonna bring her back, I need to know, because if you not, like, I'm joining her. Like, I'm not. I can't do it. Like, and then the next morning they called and
So
said that
let
she
me
was
ask you,
brief.
hold on, right there. Let me ask you. You joining her. Where did y'all think y'all were going to a Kirk Franklin concert?
Hey, if that's where he was going, then that's where I
You
was.
were gonna be
She
right there
wasn't
with
gonna be
her.
there without me. That's for damn sure. She was not gonna be there without me. That's for sure. I did
Yeah.
not.